Right, but it's so light.
Hindi mo sa nakakaya.
Right, but it's so light.
Hindi mo sa nakakaya.
The blue numbers at the round, that's the first number. So you start 100 in the green.
Battleship, Missouri, and the Arizona Memorial in the distance, overlooking Pearl Harbor.
Talking to you?
Yes, sir. There it goes.
Taking a tour of the Bowfin right now. Full rainbow from the USS Bowfin, looking toward Battleship, Missouri, and the Arizona Memorial. Gorgeous.
What do you see right now?
boat. Over 900 men buried beneath us. It's a fighter pilot that was used against the Japs on December 7th. And this is a local plane that was in the air that morning. This is the actual aircraft from the event, laid out just like it was in the field. It's the actual tractor used to cut up the lake bed in the story. This actual plane was the primary training plane of George Herbert Walker Bush. He lied about his age to get his wings. This is the plane that he drove the most. In front of us is the control tower on Ford Island. tower looks redone, but the building sure doesn't. I think this is the one that was depicted in the movie Pearl Harbor. Kind of a cloudy, rainy day here.
Speech, obviously into a microphone that was broadcast around the world, in which he mentioned not only justice, but tolerance and rebuilding. Actually, in the end, he did help rebuild Japan. Japan has been a democracy since the end of the war. But after MacArthur's speech, that was time to sign. First two people to sign were two members from the Japanese side. Then MacArthur signed. Now, MacArthur, there were 6 pens there in front of MacArthur. It was the first 2 pens he used. But he wrote a little bit and handed the first 2 pens to 2 Allied generals standing right behind him. Generals Percival and Wainwright. Both of these generals, and standing there in their uniforms, they were emaciated. Their skin and bone, less than 100 pounds. Recently liberated POWs. Who had spent most of the war in those horrible Japanese POW camps, in which over 30,000 Allied prisoners died just in incarceration because they starved them, they beat them, and had no respect for life. No respect for life. These 2 generals, it was a miracle they survived, but they did. They got the first 2 pens of MacArthur. And one by one, an Allied officer signed for his respective country. And MacArthur went up to the microphone and gave a short prayer, and then he said, "These proceedings broadcast around the world." My mother remembers hearing the broadcast. Actually, all of us, safe, everybody's standing, all of us, including me, got people in our families who did something in World War II. There was such a 100% participation. People my parents saved our country. All of us have people, family members that saved our own countries. That's who we're memorializing.
Bend right there, and a little bit lower, you can see the dent, is the site of the kamikaze attack.